Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. My name is Michael, my channel is the Bavarian Globetrotter. It's just me traveling around the world and I want you with me. Right now I'm here in Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, which I've explored the last 2 days. In my previous 2 videos you can watch me exploring Stockholm a little more. On the first day I went, for example, to the Vasa Museum and I took a walk through the city. Day 2 was more relaxed. I wanted to stretch my legs a bit and went for some hiking on the island of Djurgården. But now, instead of listening to me telling you all about it, you can go down in my list of my videos and you can check them out below on my channel. I started a couple of days ago back in my hometown Munich with this epic journey up to the north. First I went to Copenhagen by train, spent a couple of days there, and then I went here to Stockholm. To be honest, Stockholm is one of the beautiful cities I've ever visited so far here in Europe. It is really a cool place to hang out, friendly people, great architecture and as well great nature nearby. Stockholm has some really cool places to see and as well beautiful sights. So if my video do have encouraged you to come to Stockholm, let me know down in the comments below. So right now, after spending my last day here in Stockholm, it is now time to go to the train station and catch my overnight express train into the Arctic Circle. Now let's have a look on today's route. We're starting here in Stockholm at the central station and we're going all the way up alongside the shoreline and through very remote areas to Boden. In Boden we have a connection to Kiruna with another train, as this train, due to COVID-19, is not continuing through to Kiruna. Stockholm's main station is a really beautiful building from the 18th century and it's very well preserved, and inside it you find everything what you need, from stores to food, drinks, a lounge, whatever you want you can get it here, and you can store your luggage as well. I stored my small carry-on trolley here in Stockholm's storage facilities, which are quite expensive for my standards that we have in Germany, but yeah, it was my only option. The system itself is pretty easy to use and you can either pay by card or cash. There are numerous lockers around the station and you can find them downstairs on the lower level, right across from the bathrooms. Today I arrived early to the station to check it out a bit, and so I'm right now sitting here in a small cafe restaurant kind of thing and just waiting to the time till my train is pulling into the station. Sadly, my original plan to go from Stockholm overnight to Narvik in Norway it's not possible due to the COVID situation at the moment, as there is no border crossing allowed. So I chose to go to the northernmost city here in Sweden, to Kiruna, which is a small mining community. This trip in total will be today about 17 hours. First, I will be riding about 13 hours on this overnight express train to Boden. In Boden then we have a connection to the intercity train to Kiruna station, which will take approximately about 4 hours. But right now, let's hop on the train and get this journey started. Finding your room inside the train is pretty easy, as you have the coach number on the ticket as well the bed place that you have reserved. In my case it was bed number 25. So this is my room for tonight, and I will give you a more detailed room tour later in the video. So first of all, right now the room is in the daytime configuration, so the beds are put up and you can sit just normally. In the middle you have this pop-down table where you can put your snacks and drinks on. There is also a small spare seat beside the bed. The only power outlets you have are right here beside the bathroom door, which I find quite unhandy, to be honest. Right down at the seat you have the emergency buttons to call for help or the cabin attendant. Each bed has its own reading lights that you can find on the lower one, and this one is the one on the top bunk. And right now, last but not least, the big window that this room is equipped with that opens on the top. These are the controls for the air conditioning, which worked throughout the whole trip and were pretty handy to use. The system with those locker cards may be old, but it's working. And it gives you as well a retro feeling about this trip. But right now, let's do the bathroom tour. My cabin came with an ensuite shower and toilet, which is quite luxurious for a train ride in my opinion. And the water pressure was always good throughout the trip, and as well the shower in the morning was refreshing. Although the water was no drinking water here in the bathroom, they equipped this bathroom as well with 2 liters of bottled water, which you will find on the shelf above the toilet. After about 2 hours into the trip, it was night time for me, and it was the time to set up the bed, as in this train you have to do it by your own. The cabin attendant is not doing it for you. Right now, let's do some magic. The bed is ready now, and I'm trying to catch some sleep. After about 8 hours of solid sleep, I woke up almost 3 hours before we are in Boden, and I woke up to a pretty amazing sunrise. Having a look at the countryside right now here in northern Sweden, it changed a lot. On my trip from Copenhagen to Sweden, which you can find as well on my channel below, the countryside was much more agricultural and some small towns, and if you have a look right now here, it's pretty much empty, and you have a lot of forests, and the fall season is coming pretty soon. The colors are changing already. So now that I'm showered and refreshed, it's time to check out the train a little bit more. I want to go to see the loco that pulls us through the night, and as well it's then time to find the restaurant car to get my breakfast. It seems like a lot of people are still sleeping inside their cabins, as I really have not seen anybody on my way through the train. After rewatching the footage I took on this day, I really do apologize for the dirty window. I have not seen it as a place to camera on the night. Just a short reminder, breakfast and coffee are included in your ticket price. You can always take other options in the restaurant car, but for those you have then pay extra. The breakfast itself was really delicious, and we had good bread, some cheese, some tomatoes, apple juice, coffee of course, and a cool cereal. If you're not traveling in a sleeper compartment, you can also buy your breakfast at the restaurant car, and it's about 8 euros for this what I had today. So, now it's time to change trains here in Boden. After 13 hours on this overnight Intercity Express train, we are now changing to the Intercity Express number 96 to Kiruna. But before we do this, let's have a look at our locomotive that pulled us safe through the night. The trip from Stockholm to Boden is almost about 1,000 kilometers long, and we are going to pretty remote areas where there is no cell phone service at all.
SG Intercity Train, service number 96, with departure times 10:29 to Gällivare, Kiruna. We are clearing for shortly arrive at track 3.
The province of Lapland here in Sweden is rarely populated, so the train from Boden to Kiruna makes only 2 stops in the 4-hour journey. Our Intercity train, service number 96 from Luleå Central Station and to Boden, where I stepped on, and then further on to Kiruna. It was quite empty, and I guess not a lot of tourists are coming to Kiruna in summer times. There are places where you can go for hiking and hunting and fishing, but that's pretty much it what you can do in summertime. The countryside changed as further north as we are going, and it's almost looking like a tundra. Shortly before arriving to our second and as well last stop on this route up to Kiruna, to a town that I can't spell, so please look into the video and try to spell it on your own if you are able to. We're passing by this beautiful lake with a lot of lakeside houses. This would be a cool place to have a holiday home, I think.
Welcome on this train number 96 bound for Kiruna and Björklida. On this train we have a cafeteria. It will open up in about 5 minutes, and it's located in car number 52. Welcome.
We are now here in the city of Gällivare, or Gällivare, I don't know how to spell it, and we have about an hour layover here as we are waiting for a train to pass us. You can see here that you are in an area that got a lot of frost in the winter month, as there are pretty much no paved roads here. It's pretty much all gravel or dirt roads. The last hour of the trip to Kiruna was quite changing in landscapes. You have first some forests, and then it's always starting to get less and less. Up to the point where there were just some bushes, some lakes, some rivers, and some really small plants around. The area around Kiruna is formed by mining, so there is a lot of mining equipment that you can see. There are big tractors and big machines that are used for it, but as well the landscape has changed, so there is very less vegetation up there. It's a fun fact that the city of Kiruna will be moved by 2040 to get to mine under the actual city right now. Right now we are here. We completed our journey from Munich to the Arctic Circle. I'm really glad I did it. It was a great experience. I'm now going to step foot on the most northern part of the world I've ever been. And I'm really excited to check out what Kiruna has to offer in summertime. We are now walking up to the church of Kiruna, which I found to be quite interesting to visit. It is a beautiful, beautiful place where people from all over the area are going to worship. And yeah, it is definitely worth a visit. Kiruna. So I arrived after 3,170 kilometers by train from Munich in southern Bavaria, Germany, up to Kiruna in Sweden. It was a really cool trip, to be honest, and recommended to do it once again. Right now I'm here in Kiruna, where there's not much going on, to be honest. Well, it's summertime or the beginning of spring, so there is not much to do. In wintertime, though, this city is totally filled with tourists. So right now, let's find something to eat and maybe a draft beer from the north. I asked some locals where I could find a bite to eat, as it's well in the afternoon. There are not a lot of places open. Most of them open for dinner at around 6 p.m. So I chose the Safari Cafe, which offers some snacks and as well some warm meals. I'm just on my way to a grocery store right now to pack up some dinner and breakfast for tomorrow, as my flight got cancelled due to the COVID situations here. I'm going back by train to Stockholm right now. After I had a bite to eat, I went to a popular bar here, the Spismat och Dryck, to get some local draft beer, and it was absolutely delicious. It is brewed here in Kiruna, so it's the most northern beer of Sweden and my most northern beer I have ever had. Here you can see once again the whole trip that I took in the last week. I started in Munich and went all the way up to the Arctic Circle, all by trains. And we only changed 4 times: in Hamburg, in Copenhagen, in Stockholm and in Boden. So everyone, we are right now at the end of this video and at the end of this fantastic trip from Munich to the Arctic Circle for me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more of my footage. And as always, I would say thank you for watching. My name is Michael. I'm traveling around the world part-time and I want you with me. So take care, cheers and goodbye.